What's up guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Blade Master and welcome to Total War Attila and welcome to Unit Ban Tournament Round 1, Game 1. Special welcome to all the new subscribers from Heir of Carthage's video. You are just as special as the older subscribers, don't let them tell you otherwise. This match is played between Houseplant of the Wolf Clan and Reedo. This is the first game of potentially 3 games that they're going to play. In this match, this is going to be a very fun match, I think, because Reedo has brought one of my favorite factions, the Sassanid Empire. They're going to be fighting in Thessalonica. As we can see here, both deployment zones are covered by forests. And we can see Lakmid Scout already scouting out and revealing some of Houseplant's army. As for the rest, there's a huge forest in Reedo's deployment zone as well. He can't. On the other hand, the Western Romans, commanded by Houseplant, can't see his army. So it gives Reedo a nice little advantage at the start of the game. So the way the unit ban tournament works is kind of self-explanatory. Each person bans one unit from the other person's roster. So initially, and of course before we get into the game, actually I'll put this in slow motion. You can use factions only once in this tournament, so that kind of forces you to use the weaker factions in the game, or in the tournament at one point or the other, preferably at the start of the game, so that you can save your best factions for last. So, Western Roman Empire, definitely one of the weaker factions, and the Sassanid Empire, definitely one of the weaker factions. So, Houseplant has decided to ban Persian Brigade for Reedo, a very weird choice, to say the least. And Reedo has decided to ban Equites Promoti for the Western Romans and for Houseplant. So let's see how it goes. I mean, banning the Equites Promoti is a smart choice, but one of the advantages that the Western Romans have in that regard is they can always afford to bring Scholae Palatinae, which are just as powerful as the Equites Promoti, if not slightly more powerful or tankier. That said, maybe he could have done better by just banning Elite Palatina, which are basically the only aggressive unit that the Western Romans have. So yeah, that could have been another potential choice. So for the armies, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ballistari, 350 talent Ballistari. Very cost effective, I think, simply because they're so cheap and they can be quite deadly. He has brought a front line of, it looks like, 6 Kontari, which is another strange choice. Considering that this map is basically all forest, it's going to be interesting to see how these units can perform, and I'm surprised to see the lack of Scholae Palatinae. That said, the Scholae Palatinae would definitely get destroyed by the Pushtikban Cataphracts. Ooh, just hold on one second, you guys. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, the fact that he didn't bring Equites Scholae Palatinae could be smart, because the Pushtikban Cataphracts could just destroy them anyways. So yeah, he's brought 6 Kontari. He's brought a front line of 6 Elite Palatina, which is just deadly units. Let's take a look at their stats. They've got 62 melee attack and 50 weapon damage, which is amazing. On par with UR warriors and stuff. Got very poor health and armor and stuff, but of course they're meant to be used as shock infantry, which does very well in Attila. He's brought 2 Limitani border guards, which have only 20 bonus versus large spears, so maybe a risky choice at the very least. And a Magister Militum General with Brace, which is always a smart choice. For the Sassanids, Lakmid Scout here, still hidden, and in getting into a very nice position here just by staying there. A total of 4 Dalamite warriors with 4 Armenian slingers forms a very nice front line. The Armenian slingers are wasting their ammo sort of on the Ballistari, but they'll do very well. They do very well there, but they need to take advantage of their range and move back before these Ballistari get in range, and they have, and the precision shot or quick reload has been turned on. These Armenian slingers are really going to take fire and take a lot of casualties there. He's also brought a total of 5 Pushtikban Cataphracts, each with a silver upgrade. Persian Nobles General with Brace. Hold on again. Sorry. So he's also got 3 Persian Levy as well, which is a strange choice because Persian Levy really don't do much. They've got terrible... they've actually got 32 melee damage spears, so that's 20 bonus versus large. But accounting for their 24 melee attack, that's still not going to do much against most cavalry. Not to mention the fact that they've got medium spear infantry, so they still will get destroyed by a charge. The Armenian slingers are doing pretty decently so far. They're killing a lot of the Ballistari, but I mean, the Ballistari have taken casualties, but they are quite cheap, and they can always do very well late game because they have got a significant amount of ammo. But the Armenian slingers don't have that. You can see they only have 3 volleys left on each of them. So I think all in all, this is kind of a poor engagement for Reedo to take. That said, he's destroyed 3 out of the 5 Ballistari. 2 still remain, and like I said, their late game potential is probably going to be maximized. So yeah, brace general, Persian nobles. Let's see if the Lakman scout has been up to anything. Nope, still kept in an advantageous position. We can try and see if there's no... Okay, so when they try and advance here, that's when they will be spotted, but it's only going to be for a half second, so it's going to be interesting to see if houseplant houseplant catches them. So now that the Armenian slingers are... you can see they've got 126, 86, 136 and 97 kills each. So a huge number of kills in terms of... oh, they've also got some kills on Kontari too. So I think he should have... I don't know. It's a tough decision. If I was Reedo, I'd probably focus on the Kontari, because destroying your opponent's cavalry would be the single easiest way for you to win the match. Even if you sacrifice your Armenian slingers in the process against the Ballistari, who definitely would do decently against them, I think it would be a fair trade. Killing off all these Kontari would mean that your opponent has 0 maneuverability. And then the Elite Palatina, with their low armor and their lack of melee defense, would do nothing to stop the Pushtikban charge. So I think that's what I would have done. Reedo had a very powerful tool in these Armenian slingers, and I personally believe he's wasted them. Although he's destroyed a lot of houseplant's skirmisher component. That said, I mean, skirmishers are of questionable use right now in Total War Attila. And the fact that he didn't kill off all of them means that there is still some some late game potential for houseplant's skirmishers and his crossbows. You can see they really haven't done much. I mean, if Reedo was going to be so gung-ho about his slingers, maybe just bringing up the Limitani bodyguards with their decent missile block chance and excellent armor could have been a pretty nice move. But I don't know. I don't think anyone would fire at Limitani bodyguards. That's just too noobish of a move. I don't think anyone would do that. Let's go ahead and fast forward. I think just in terms of now would be a fair assessment of how these factions face up. Now that the Armenian slingers have been done, there's very little chance for the Sassanids to pull this game back. Only if they can try and isolate the Kontari, maybe pull the Kontari up in front so that the Elite Palatina can't support. Whoa, poor commentary. I missed this huge moment in the battle. The Lakman scouts have actually got a rear charge onto the Magister Militum. Problem is that the Lakman scouts have, as you can see, the 40 melee damage, which means that they have swords, which means they have no bonus versus cavalry, which means combined with the extremely high melee defense and armor and health that the Magister Militum have, that is going to be a waste of a move. He should have instead just circled around and rear charged one of those Elite Palatina and got a ton of kills in the process. So yeah, another poor move from Reedo in my opinion. The intention was good, but the Limitani bodyguards right here, they can just destroy them very easily. Lakman scouts themselves are of questionable value. Here, Dalemite warriors, let's see if he can put them into... Nope, he's not going to put them into shield wall. They've taken a lot of casualties anyways. And Pushtikban Cataphracts getting a clean charge onto Kontari. This is the type of engagement that Reedo wants to have. But the Elite Palatina have been called into support very quickly. Here, flank charge from the Pushtikban Cataphracts onto the Elite Palatina will take a lot of casualties there. Pushtikban, clean charge onto Kontari. But look at the rest of the support here, just so far away for Reedo. And it's not like the support is really going to do too much. Pushtikban are going to completely destroy the Kontari. Here, though, the Pushtikban will start dropping very quickly, especially in late game. He has managed to break through the center and is chasing after one of the Ballistari. But the Magister Militum is going to come into support. Persian nobles here are going to get a pretty decent charge onto the Elite Palatina, but just too many of them for the Persian nobles to really do anything. They'll get slaughtered in extended melee. Dalemite warriors obviously not going to do much against the Elite Palatina. This game is over. It's basically wrapped up kind of when it began. As soon as the Armenian slingers wasted their ammo on the Ballistari, it was game over. On the other hand, if the Armenian slingers just, kind of disregarded the crossbow fire, moved up in front a little bit, and then started firing into the Kontari, this game would have been so over for Houseplant, because he would have had nothing to stop the Pushtikban charge. Even if he camped in the forest, which is technically not allowed, he still wouldn't have been able to do much, because a Pushtikban charge would have been so devastating. And if he combined that with the Lakmit Scout charging into the rear of the enemy line, and thereby not giving him any way to move back, then this game would have been so done. So definitely Reedo had the opportunity to win this game. He had the build right. Houseplant gave him a huge gift by banning Persian Brigade instead of banning Pushtikban or Grifpanwar. That said, he didn't utilize it fully, and you can see here clear example. Pushtikban not being used well, used to charge and chase after Balistari, which is exactly what which is exactly what Houseplant wanted. Instead, they could have rear charged this line very, very quickly and much quicker, basically. Now they're going to rear charge the the Magister Militum, which is a good use of them, but the Limitani border guards there are going to do a decent job supporting. Magister Militum taking a few casualties off the charge. Yeah, you can see they're going to start dropping, but all in all, probably would have been better to just rear charge these Elite Palatina and destroy them and save whatever few Pushtikban cataphracts that he had. Now he has only like a couple of them left. And Elite Palatina are always much better targets than a Magister Militum supported with the Limitani border guards. If the Magister Militum was isolated, then that's a different case, but they weren't. Here we can see a great charge in by Pushtikban cataphracts. They will do a lot of damage. Also, putting silver upgrades on a shock cavalry unit is a questionable choice, no matter what type of shock cavalry it is, because the melee attack really is not what determines. See, if you're going to upgrade a unit, you're going to enhance its melee attack, its melee defense. But when you have melee attack of 37 combined with the melee damage of only 10, there's no point in increasing it. Sure, increasing melee defense is a decent choice, but that's really not what is going to determine how effective a shock cavalry unit is, which is why I don't think putting any sort of upgrade on a shock cavalry unit is really worth it. On the other hand, if you're going to increase the melee attack of melee cavalry, which has potentially which has 32 bonus for 32 melee damage, and has spears and all that jazz, increasing the melee attack for them is a very smart choice. So I hope you guys can see the difference here as the battle winds down. Pyrrhic victory for Houseplant. He has managed to win this battle with a questionable army choice and a questionable ban. So yeah, I think I've basically articulated my thoughts already into this game. But the Dalemite warriors, too few of them. Persian levy, waste of money. Armenian slingers could have been a devastating unit, especially against Kontari, who don't have any missile block chance, but they weren't used well enough. Pushtikban cataphracts brought into the game way too late and without any support meant that they were not going to do too much. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.